Good evening, Shortcuts. This is list 2 for Wednesday. Gosh, what date is it going to be? Wednesday, the 20th of March. The price list will go out at 9 p.m. sharp, as always. If you're interested in getting the price list, email me at shortcutsrecordsaus@gmail.com. Now, this list is punk, thrash metal. I don't know what you call this genre. Symphonic metal, I guess. Classic rock for sure. Anyway, we'll see what you make of this. Oh, there's clearly some heavy metal as well. All right, we're going to start here. This is a record called Join the Army by Suicidal Tendencies. Not my favorite genre, but I picked up a bunch of these types of records and I thought it was time to put them on the list and to get, some interest as to whether there's any interest in this type of music out there. This is the UK first press, which comes with this rather spectacular poster. So I'm going to carefully put this back over here because I don't want to damage it. This record was Suicidal Tendencies' second record and a kind of a crossover success between kind of punk and thrash metal. And so you get the usual imagery. So I listened to this on Spotify earlier today. I had to wear the headphones, and my wife did not want to listen to this. And I can see why it was a success. It's clearly energetic and dynamic. You can see there's a little bit of sleeve damage there. But very interesting sound in that period of the 80s on the Virgin label. The record is absolutely immaculate. So there may be some of you out there who might be a fan of that type of music. And I've got a few more kind of heavy metal hard rock crossover records. This is the UK first press of Blizzard of Oz. I think unquestionably this is Ozzy Osbourne's finest solo moment. May well have his finest Sabbath moment coming up very soon as well. I'm going to show you it next, in fact, and it's a UK first press as well. That's the inner, and this is the label. This record kind of hangs off the relationship that Ozzy Osbourne built with a young guitarist called Randy Rhoads, who unfortunately only made a couple of records, as we probably all know, before dying so unexpectedly. There's the band at the back. By far and away, the greatest song on here is Mr. Crowley. Could well be up there for, amongst the best rock songs of the 80s. If you don't know it, give it a spin. That UK first press is off my own shelf and sounds bloody awesome, if I should say so myself. Another kind of metal rock record. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go here. We just spoke about Ozzy's best solo record. This well could be Ozzy's best Sabbath record. It's arguable. I love Vol 4 as well. This is a 1971 UK gatefold. The gatefold itself is pretty good, other than a couple of stickers here. And this was because this was the I don't know what you call it, the library copy, I'll call it library copy for now, for the ABC radio stations. And so this was sent out. You can see that it's the white label swirl, large swirl. I'm pretty sure it's not a first press. I think it's second. It's a little bit hard to tell with these. You can also see that it also includes the inner. It says made in Great Britain. What I do know is it sounds great. It's dynamic, full bass, a lot thicker sound than the recent represses. They're just hard to find in Australia, so that means that they were a little bit expensive. I had this on the market stall for, I don't know, I think it was like $200, but I'm going to knock 50 off for the club. And so someone's going to pick this up for $150, and that is going to be an absolute bargain. Now, what else is there? I mentioned kind of European, I don't know what you call this, some symphonic prog. This is a Japanese first press of Halloween's Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 2. It's a really incredible condition gatefold. Really rare, hard to find. It has all of the inners and various things in fantastic condition. The vinyl is pretty much unplayed. The spindle hole is almost completely perfect. I can't imagine it's been played more than a handful of times. Such great condition. And such a dynamic, big, ballsy, out there record. You know, the Germans were making some standout rock records in that period. In fact, there's one here that I'm going to pull forward as it kind of follows, and that is this, the Japanese first press of the Scorpions' second record as well. This, produced and recorded in Germany. Rudolf Schenker, guitar vocals. Ulrich Roth, just classic guitarist, lead guitar and vocals. Fleischmein, Jürgen Rosenthal, and Franz is Buchholz. Very, very, very strong German metal royalty, Scorpions and Halloween. But we're not going to ignore some Welsh rock royalty as well. This is the Japanese first press of In for the Kill by Budgie. Absolutely fantastic condition on MCA Records. Just near mint all around. Phenomenal guitar record. For those of you who aren't aware of Budgie, they were quite a long-running Welsh power trio, beloved by Metallica. And in fact, the second song on here was covered by Metallica in some of their more famous, excuse me, 80s EPs. And this is it. And this song is called Crash Course in Brain Surgery, which is one of the most insistent riffs. Think of it as kind of second cousin a little bit to the left of Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song, but maybe even more driving than that. My favorite song on here, though, is track 4, Zoom Club. Absolutely showcases the stellar guitar playing. Shelley Burge, Phillips, the 3 members of this band. If you find any of the early 70s run from Budgie, just snap them up. Bandolier, Squawk, the debut record, self-titled, In for the Kill, Impeccable. They're really, really wonderful. And this is maybe the best. Now, I almost let off with this next record, but I wanted to showcase some heavier sounds for a while. I hadn't done so for a while. But this record is special for lots of reasons. So this is a double album called Eat the Peach by the Allman Brothers. Unusual for the time in that there's no name on the sleeve, but this band was considered big enough and influential enough, the record company decided it wasn't required, has this absolutely spectacular gatefold inside. You can read up the story that's being told in this gatefold. It's pretty trippy. Think of it like a celebration of the wonders that can be experienced through imbibing certain types of mushroom. So you're going to see lots of very, very strange things in this gatefold that I can't describe if we want to keep this video family friendly. There is a lot of tragedy in this record as well, though, because Eat a Peach is dedicated to a brother, Duane Allman. Duane Allman, the legendary guitarist from the Allman Brothers and Derek and the Dominoes. You know, that record, Layla and Assorted Love Songs, would not have been the same without the challenge laid down to Eric Clapton by Duane Allman, who was, I think, Eric Clapton's clear superior. Killed in the making of this record, and therefore this record has an unusual structure. This is a little insert that's provided in the Japanese release, and you can see that it's got the breakdown of the songs, and that's because the opening three tracks, Ain't Wasting Time No More, Le Braire in A minor, and Melissa, were recorded without Duane Allman. Greg Allman wrote Melissa in the late 60s, which became one of their signature songs, and he recorded it with it for this album because his brother loved this song so much. There's a jam band live double album in effect, which is the whole of two sides of the record taken up by a song called The Mountain Jam. But then for me, the heart and soul of this record is the back three songs on side 3, which were the songs that they managed to record with Duane Allman before he passed away. And they are Stand Back, Blue Sky, and Little Martha. Little Martha being this absolutely delightful acoustic song that Duane Allman and Dickie Betts played together. But Blue Sky is just magnificent. So what you get with Eat a Peach is arguably one of the great double albums of the 70s in a fantastic Japanese package on Capricorn Records. I think it's the first time I've ever had it. I think someone out there will fall in love with this record. It's that good. Okay. I'm not going to say too much about this because we all know how wonderful this compilation is. Changes Bowie. I think this is the Japanese first press. I'll have to double check. But it's in marvelous condition. Just one of the great compilation albums of all time. In fact, I'm going to talk about this 70s record first before talking about Crowded House. Now, it's probably no secret for those of you who've been a member of the club for a while. You all know that I'm a fan of Rod Stewart's early solo records. So you're talking Gasoline Alley, 4 coats in the raincoat. But this is brilliant. This is a Japan-only release that is the best of those first 3 solo records recorded by Rod Stewart. So there's the gatefold. And then inside, it's one of these amazing gatefold sleeves. There is Rod the Mod. Look at those trousers. I want, I guess, to match the theme, and his tartan scarf, as always. And then that folds out into this lyric sheet. Oh, this track list. Maggie May, It's All Over Now. Handbags and Glad Rags. I Know I'm Losing You. Country Comforts, side 1. Side 2, Every Picture Tells a Story. Gasoline Alley. Blind Prayer. Street Fighting Man. And Reason to Believe. How fabulous is that? There you go. Gosh almighty. Someone is going to have a treat with that one. And it weighs a ton as well. All right. We have, for the first time ever, the Japanese first press of Crowded House, their debut album. World Where You Live, Don't Dream It's Over, Mean to Me, Something So Strong, I Walk Away. Oh my gosh, on Japanese vinyl, on the Capitol label. I don't know. What a record, what a debut. What a thing to have. Crowded House. What a list this is. I've also got, now a while ago I had this bundle, which was the Led Zeppelin bundle with the single of Black Dog and Misty Mountain Hop, and I have it again. I can't believe they put it back in. It is so great. Led Zeppelin 4 with single Black Dog and Misty Mountain Hop. And then finally, I haven't had this for donkeys. This is the brilliant Beatles Blue album. Look at this, in amazing condition. Includes the book and all inserts. There's the book. Everything, all the lyrics of all the songs, bunch of photos. The entire Beatles Japanese discography. All the blue insert sheets. Oh my gosh, I can't remember the last time I had this. And there it is. And usually this record is knackered, but this one's in fantastic condition. Listen to this. Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, Sergeant Pepper, With a Little Help from My Friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, A Day in the Life, and All You Need Is Love. And that's just side 1. Side 4, Here Comes the Sun, Come Together, Something, Octopus's Garden, Let It Be, Across the Universe, and The Long and Winding Road. Well, there's been some great compilations in this list. Changes Bowie, the best of Rod Stewart, and maybe the king daddy of all compilations, the Beatles 1967 to 1970. And there you have it. Crowded House. Who would have thought that Crowded House Rod Stewart would live in a list with Halloween and suicidal tendencies? But there it is. That's life with shortcuts. I hope you enjoyed that. Something to explore, something to think about, some fun, I hope. All right. Price list will go out this Wednesday, 9 p.m, the 20th, Sydney time. As always, please leave comments, please. And thank you if you watched this far. Bye.